Lueroi's Pokemon Black and White Walkthrough, Part 48. Alright guys, we're here in the Elite Four once again, and we're actually halfway through. We defeated the Dark-type user Grimsley in the last video, and we already defeated the Ghost-type user Chantel. And today we're going to be fighting Caitlin, the Psychic-type master, so I'm moving Galvantula up to the front of my party. Psychic-types are weak to Ghost, Dark, and Bug. A lot of people don't know Bug is good against them, but it is, so Galvantula should come in handy. Dark types definitely work the best here because offensively and defensively they just shut down Psychic types. So if you have any Dark type Pokemon, definitely get them ready because they will like tear Caitlin apart. But yeah, she's up here sleeping in her bed. Like, you're an Elite Four member. You're supposed to be expecting challengers. Why are you trying to sleep right now? But yeah, we'll go ahead and battle her. Interesting fact about Caitlin, you actually can encounter her in the earlier games, like Platinum, Heart Gold, Soul Silver. You can find her inside the Battle Frontier. You don't actually battle her, but she's up there, so kind of interesting. But yeah, here in Black and White, she's an official Elite Four member. And you get to start things off by facing her Reuniclus, which is a pure Psychic type, meaning it's weak to Ghost, Dark, and Bug. This Pokemon knows the moves Energy Ball, Thunder, Focus Blast, and Psychic. Reuniclus is like a super powerful offensive Pokemon, so it knows a lot of good moves. Luckily it's really slow though, so I can get in here and get a Signal Beam off, which is super effective. Reuniclus has a lot of HP, but not that great of defenses, so it's not too hard to put damage on. You just need to watch out for its like Psychic attack, and all the other moves it has as well, because it hits you really hard. So if you have any good special defensive Pokemon, probably not a bad idea to send them in, or anything that can take a Psychic, really. Other than that, though, like I said, it's pretty slow. Actually, it's really, really slow. So anything with really powerful offensive moves should be able to get in there and put a lot of damage on it. So yeah, Reuniclus can hit you pretty hard, but it's not too tough to knock out. This Pokemon, Sigilyph here, is a little bit tougher in some ways, I guess. It's part flying as well, so it's weak to Rock, Ghost, Electric, Ice, and Dark, so a whole lot of weaknesses. Its moveset's pretty offensive-based. It has Shadow Ball, Ice Beam, Air Slash, and Psychic, so some pretty powerful moves there. Sigilyph is pretty decent defensively, but it won't be able to take my Thunder, I don't think, so this should be a pretty easy kill. It is pretty fast, but Galvantula is like crazy fast, so Thunder should put it in its place, but yeah, Sigilyph can hit you pretty hard. It's a pretty fearsome attacker, but like I said, it has a lot of weaknesses, so it's not too hard to find some good, super effective moves for it. And that'll get Galvantula up to level 45. And I'm like barely hanging on here. I only have 17 hit points. But I think I will switch out for Musharna. I'll save the rest of whatever Galvantula has for later on in the battle. So yeah, Musharna is a pretty dang good Pokemon as well. It's another pure Psychic type. So it's going to be weak to Ghost, Dark, and Bug, like I said before. But I'm going to go over to my my own Psychic type, Gothitelle. Just because I think I can counter it pretty well. Now, Musharna knows the moves Reflect, Charge Beam, Shadow Ball, and Psychic, so Reflect is really annoying if you're using physical attacks. Now, the one thing you need to make sure of with Musharna is that you don't, like, poison it, or paralyze it, or burn it, because its synchronizability will reflect that same status back at you. So you're just kind of hurting yourself if you try to put any status condition on it. I'm just going to go with Shadow Ball, because that's super effective, and it works pretty well. So yeah, Musharna is a really good defensive Pokemon though, it can take your hits. And we might have a Shadow Ball war here, who knows? We just can keep going back and forth and see who can outdo the other. I'm just going to try to get as much damage on it as I can though. But yeah, Musharna is a really slow Pokemon again, so kind of similar to Reuniclus. And check it out, we just knocked it out with a critical hit, so that was awesome. Probably needed that, it helps out quite a bit. But I did have a backup plan in case Gothitelle died. I could have always gone back to Galvantula to finish it with a Signal Beam. But it looks like she's going to send out the Gothitelle of her own, so yeah, I'm like facing my long-lost sister right here. Gothitelle, you guys know it's a pretty powerful Pokemon based on the one I use. This thing knows Calm Mind, Thunderbolt, Shadow Ball, and Psychic. So it likes to use Calm Mind early on to beef up its special attack and special defense. So I think while it's doing that, I'm going to go ahead and poison it with a Toxic. Gothitelle, yeah, it's a really good defensive Pokemon. She has a lot of good defensive Pokemon on her team, actually. Maybe not a lot, but a pretty good amount of defensive Pokemon. And it's, like, well-balanced attacking as well, so it's pretty slow, though. Most of her Pokemon are pretty slow, which is the good news, but yeah, my Drag Queen's not really going to last here, so it's kind of just in here to get killed, but it did what it needed to do with the Toxic, I think, so. I feel bad getting knocked out by my own kind here, but whatever. It's worth it, though, because the poison should be the death of it in the long run. So I'm going to go back to Galvantula. I know I only have like 17 hit points, but I figure I can get a Signal Beam in here, which is super effective, get a nice chunk of damage off before I get myself killed, so... Sometimes that's the way you have to go about things. You just have to chip away at its health and sacrifice some of your Pokemon. And check it out, she's going to use Thunderbolt to knock me out, like, using my own type against me. But that's okay, because Galvantula did awesome in this battle. Alright, so that's perfect. I don't think she's going to heal up, because she's not quite low enough on health, so I feel like I can switch in here to Gigalith and knock it out with a Rock Slide. So let's go ahead and do that. And that should be the end of the battle. So, as long as I don't miss her anything. Oh, you are going to use a Full Restore! Alright, I misjudged that then. I totally thought she wasn't going to heal. But she did, so all of my hard work goes to waste. I sacrificed 2 of my Pokemon for nothing. Alright, but Gabbro's pretty good here because my Sturdy ability will make sure I live this Psychic with 1 hit point left. So then I can attack her again. And she got a critical hit, wow. Alright, at least I was able to endure the hits with my trusty Sturdy ability. And, I guess I'm gonna get knocked out here. Oh, she's gonna use another Full Restore. Wow, she's not messing around here with the items. I totally thought she wasn't gonna use any of them. Just because I thought I judged the health bar correctly, but it looks like this is the end of the road for me once again. So yeah, now we've got a pretty decent fight here. Let's see what we can go over and do. Yeah, Caitlin's definitely making it hard for me here, but I think I'll go over to Simisage, my Jungle Gym. Because I do have Shadow Claw, which is super effective, so let's go ahead and use that. And we'll see how that does. It has a high critical hit ratio, so maybe I can get a critical hit. And yeah, I did! Check that out! Alright, so Simisage saves the day here at the end to knock out her most powerful Pokemon, Gothitelle. Alright, that was awesome. So yeah, that battle's definitely hard if you don't have a Dark type, or a Ghost type really, but Bug works pretty decently. But yeah, when I've fought Caitlyn in the past with Dark types like Crocodile, it's just like, it's really, really easy. But it's definitely a hard fight without Dark types. So anyways, we are 3/4 done with the Elite Four, which means we only have 1 member left, the Fighting Type Master. So that's what we're going to be doing in the next video. Thanks for watching this, everybody, and I will see you guys all next time.